Sue Wilson, and I have a really nice little basket card for you, and I've used the leaves that we made on an earlier video, so we're going to show you what we're going to do with those. And here are the dies we'll be using. The leaves come from the Cascading Leaves die set. We're going to be using the rake here from the Life is a Garden, the Bushel basket, and I'll show you how to use it just as a basket if you don't want the 3D feature to it. And I've created some frames to use with the Double Pierce Squares Set B and the original. Okay. Put those over to the side. And I'm going to bring in the piece that we did from an earlier video. This was called Leaf Resist Technique Background. And these have just dried into place. So we're going to remove all of these. And you can see you've got a beautiful background that we used on another card similar to this. And we are going to take all of these leaves and use them for this card. There we go. So I'll pop that to the side, and I will just put all of these over here. Perfect. There's no waste whatsoever. So I've cut a square, and I've covered it with a self-adhesive sticky sheet, and this is about 6 1/8 inch square. Okay. Peel off my backing, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a little bit and then work my way around. So I'm just going to randomly place the leaves on. Let me just turn them right side up here. You can see what we have. Let's start with that little guy. Put him in the corner. I'll put one of the little oak leaves on next. There we go. Get them all around there. We'll move one of these on here. About like that. Another sycamore leaf. And let's try one of these right in the corner. You can even use your backing to kind of push them down into place. I'm going to just turn, go around this side now. Just randomly pop them all in place. There we go. Let's see what else we've got in here. Put that guy on there. Can get another one of these. They're really nice for the corners. Pop that down. And keep working our way, just picking up some of the different leaves, sort of twisting and turning them. Let's go this way. Like that. And there. Give them a good press down. Make sure they're nice and firmly adhered. We'll do the last section, always the trickiest. Let's see if we can get these into place without overlapping. Like that. Let's do that there, and actually, I think we might even be able to get 2 in there. It's going to be tight. I'll tell you what, let's just try 1. At a little bit of an angle there. There we go. So we've got some extras we can play with too. Okay, so adhere them all down, and I'm going to bring over a piece of copy paper and peel that backing back up. There we go. Oops. So what I want to do is not waste all that sticky in the center. I'm going to put my backing right in the middle, and then we'll glitter around it. So I've just cut some of these with the Double Pierce squares in a white, a tan, and a deep cocoa card. I'm going to try and center that so it just picks up the edges of all those leaves. That looks pretty good. And bring in my Glitterbitz. I'm using the Frosted Sparkle. I'm going to just tap it across each of those sides. And that will adhere to all that exposed adhesive area. There you go. So you have a nice frosty look coming through from behind there. Let's get that back into the container. There we go. Pop that out of the way. And I've got a bit here that I'm going to mat it onto to sort of balance it all out. I'll use some tape. Oops. Oops, a little over the edge. And the last side. There we go. Center all of those, and I'll give you an overall measurement of the card when I get this all put on there. And then the base piece. Because I've got so many colors in the Pixie powders and whatnot working forward, I've decided just to go with a white on white backing. Center that. And I'll give you a quick measurement. Overall, it is 8 by 8, yes. Oh, and the other thing I did want to tell you, we did these earlier in another video, but if you haven't seen it, I used Ancient Copper, Lava Red, Burnt Orange, and Rich Gold Pixie Powder to create those. Okay, so I've got a few extras I'm going to be using as well. So we're going to assemble the basket. So I've cut the basket out of tan card, but I've cut away all the 3D element to it, which you can easily do. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue here. Adhere that. I'm going to give it a deep cocoa background on it. There we go. Which I've carried into the mats and layers. Give that a second. Got a little bit extra glue there. I'm going to bring in some Walnut Stain Distress Oxide. And I'm going to do a little bit of inking on the edges of the little slats that come with it, just to kind of tighten that color a tiny bit. There we go. Lightly around the edge. There, and the little one. There we go. Just gives it a tiny bit of depth to your basket, and you can even go around the edges of the basket too. All the way around that. Okay, pop that down, put the glue on here and here. I'm going to give these just a little bit of rounding. There we go. And pop that one into place. Okay, and a little bit of mounting foam on the back. Oops, stay on there. So now what I want to do is, let me put a tiny bit on the bottom, equal that out. Oops. I want to add a few leaves into my basket. So I'm going to pick out a couple of these. Let's do some of the smaller oak leaves. Got a few left here, I think. Oh, maybe some sycamores. Just put one off to the side like that, one coming up from the center maybe, another off to the edge like that, so it'll show coming out of the basket. You can layer those up if you want a few more behind it. I've also cut the handle in two colors, the tan, and then I cut it again in brown and just took off the wood part and glued it onto the tan one. Keep that same color theme going, put a little bit of glue on the ends. We're going to pop a handle into place right behind there. Give it a second. And I can just put that into place right about here on my topper. Okay, and since it's a leaf basket, what I thought I would do is add a few more around the edge here, like they've fallen from the basket. Pop one right about like that. And let's take one of the oak ones and one of the sort of sycamore looking ones with the fun patterns. I'm going to sort of put it up just a little bit off the top of the basket. There we go. And maybe off the edge like that. Build that up. And I've done the sentiment in both a deep cocoa and the tan. So I'm going to bring in my tweezers and just use it as a shadow. So I'll do a little bit of spraying. I'm going to lay that right down on top, just slightly offset. There we go. That looks good. And give it another quick spray on the back. That is going to go into place right up in the corner here. And I want to add a little bit of an accent with the rake. I've cut it in the deep cocoa and again in the tan, did a little inking through it. I'm going to put that on top. There we go. Tiny bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue with that. Right over the top of that one. Give that a second, and a piece of mounting foam. Oops, that's going to be a little too big still. Right on the back of the rake. And that, with a little bit of glue on the handle, should hold that kind of in place right across. Really, really cute, I think. There we go. So I've used all my leaves that I made earlier for another card, and nothing's gone to waste. So much fun. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, our Show More button will give you all the details of all the products for you.